Hello, everyone. I want to talk about a very important tool in Family Search that everyone should be familiar with, and that's the Family Search Catalog. Something to keep in mind is that all of the microfilm that Family Search has at the Family Search Library they're all they're all digitized, all of those microfilm, but we're still in the process of indexing those records. In other words, digitally indexing them so that you could just search them out. And uh, a, a lot of those records are indexed, but there's a lot of them that are still not digitally indexed. And that includes primarily land and probate records and actually others too. But they're so critically important, especially trying to find ancestors before 1850, because 1850 was the first census where household members were named or listed by name, and so trying to find an ancestor before 1850 requires it requires more research, and that's where the catalog can come in, especially with those records that are not digitally indexed. And I'll show you an example here. And I want to show you step by step exactly how to use the catalog and why that's important. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. And okay, I'll share my screen. I'm going to go to Family Search real quick, and I'm going to go to my tree. We'll go to the menu bar at the top, click on Family Tree, and then select Tree. And I'm going to go to an ancestor that I know I need to find a record for to help prove his family a little bit further back in the 1840s. So I'm going to scroll up here. This is on my father's side, and it's this line right here. We're looking for a Wilcox or Wilcoxon. This one right here, Amos Wilcoxon. Now I want to show you something. It is important for you to to learn the easy way, how to do a quick search. But and most of you are probably familiar with how to search from this person page, and you go to the details page right here under his name, and over on the right is where you normally would do a quick search to see if you can find records that will prove his family. So if you go over to the right, I'll just show you as an example. If I click on Family Search right here, I mean, we see some matches here, but what I'm really looking for is a land record. A land record. I've been able to put entire families together just from land records alone for one family. So they're super important. So if I click on underneath results, if I click on collection, this will allow me to sort by collection of. So if I go to the right, if I scroll down here, you'll notice that there's nothing listed for land. I mean, we got some censuses here, 1860 census and a few others, but no land records. So what that means is that doing a quick search, the way that most of us are used to, really isn't going to help us to find a land record. Maybe some of these others, but not a land record. I don't even see a probate record here. So this is where we need to use the Family Search Catalog, and it's super important. So if I go back to Amos's page here, I scroll up to the top, I'm going to go to the catalog, because doing a regular indexed type search didn't yield any results. So I'm going to go to search and then catalog right here. That's what you need. There's two places in Family Search that are going to be your two best friends. That's the catalog and the research wiki. We'll talk about the research wiki next, later on in another video, but I'm going to focus on the catalog right now. I'm just going to take you step by step on how to find a land record for this Amos Wilcoxon. So power off. So I'm going to go ahead and click on catalog. Okay, and then I'm gonna, sorry about that noise in the background. Anyway, I'm gonna type in, in the search box, in the Family Search Catalog, I'm gonna select Missouri, because I know he lived in Missouri about 1840, and I know that he lived in Callaway County. Okay, here's Missouri, Callaway County. I'm gonna select that, click on search. Now, one thing that's important is that all of the pages in the Family Search Catalog are organized the same way. This shows you all of the genealogically important record sets that are in this particular county, and all of the counties in the US are organized the same way. Now, what I'm going to do here, since I'm looking for a land record that might have him and other family members listed, I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to click on land and property. Now, I know from an 1840 census that he happened to be in that county in 1840. So I'm looking for a property that was purchased probably around 1840. Now, the first thing to do is to find an index if you can. Sometimes the indexes are mixed in with the same record set as the deeds. So I'm going to just go to deed records, 1821 to 1912. Because he was there around 1840. So I'm going to click on deed records. Now, if I scroll down, the first thing you really need to do is look for an index first. Because remember, this is not digitally indexed, but it is indexed using the old microfilm and the old records that were at the county. So to make this simple, I'm looking for a date range in an index of around 1840. It looks like it just happens to be this first one right here. 1821 to 1869. So I'm going to click over on the camera on the right. Camera means that it's indexed. If this were, let me rephrase it, it's not indexed. Camera means that it's been digitized. I correct myself, it's digitized. Now, if this were digitally indexed, you would see an hourglass icon right here, but it's not. So I'm going to click on the camera icon. Now, what we need to do is you need to go through these, and you'll notice that these are all in alphabetical order. But what you need to keep in mind is that often these indexes are in both date order and they're also in chronological order. So I'm going to scroll down here for a second, just a second here. Now I happen to know, because his name is Wilcox or Wilcoxon, he's going to be near the bottom. So I'm just going to jump down here a long ways. I'm going to go to 440 because he's going to be near the end. And it just happens to be that that this county, excuse me, they're listing in this book pretty much alphabetical order, but other counties might list both date order and alphabetical order. So watch out for that, because sometimes they'll go like 1840 A through Z and then 1850 A through Z. But in this one, we kind of lucked out where he was in at the end of this film, just straight alphabetical. So help me look for Wilcox here, or Wilcoxon. It's going to be over here on the left in cursive. Here it is right here, right here. If you look at this top image right here, Amos Wilcoxon, he's the grantor, and the grantee is this Araminta Wilcoxon, which happens to be his daughter, not his wife, but his daughter. And if you scroll over to here to the right, it shows you when this property was purchased and recorded. But what we're looking for, besides these dates, you might want to write the dates down, but it's even more important to write down this right here. I don't know if you can see this, but this is showing you the book number and the page number. This happens to be volume G. I don't know if you could read that. I'll make this a little bit bigger. This is volume G, page 312. Now it almost looks like a 3121, but it's not. If we go to the top of this page here, it's going to show you how these are divided. it's hard to read this, but this happens to be the book and page number. So this happened to be in G12, G12, I believe. We go back down to Wilcoxon here again. Yeah, where was that? See, did I pass it up? Maybe. Bear with me a second. Here it is. Amos Wilcoxon to Arminta D. Wilcoxon. And again, that was volume G12. So this is just an index. It's a little bit helpful, but not as helpful. Now, I do believe that it's important to save even these indexes and put them in a source box. And you do that by clicking this link over here on the right where it says attach to family tree. I'm going to do that real quickly here. I'm just going to, on the right, I'm going to select person. And then you could select your Amos guy. Now, he shows up because this is the last person that I searched before I went to this page. So it's going to work out really neat. I'm going to click on next. And this is going to attach this record to Amos Wilcoxon's sources in FamilySearch. And I'll show you how that looks here in a minute. But just for the sake of time, I'm going to go look for that book, the volume and page number for the real deed, because it's going to have more details in it and possibly relationships to family members. And in this case, he's selling a piece of property to his daughter. So I'm going to hit this back button here. Now, the deeds in this county and a lot of other counties just happen to be on the same page. In this case, it was. Now, sometimes in other counties, you might see the actual deed records on another page in the catalog, but in this case, it's on the same page. So I'm looking for G, right? Okay, here's one. This is deed records F through G, 1838 to 1842. I'm going to go to the right here and click on the camera. I want to show you something here. They're taking a picture of an old book, an old deed register book. And the first one I'm coming across is F here. So that's not the one I want. I'm going to go over to the left and click the waffle here. And I'm looking for G, right? So if you scroll down, just look for a window that looks dark, like it's the spine of a book. So I'm going to scroll down here, scroll down quite a bit further until I come across the other one. And let's see here. We haven't hit it yet. Or maybe we did. Did I pass it up here? Yeah, I think I did. 4, 6. Oh. Let me see if this is it here. Yeah, that happens to be it. I don't know. We may have missed it, but up here earlier, there's another spine that said G on. Oh, here it is. So I'm going to click on this one, and this happens to be G. See that where it is? So from this image, we're going to scroll down until we come to page 312. So this is G was the book, right? G was the book, and we need to go to 312. So we scroll down here, and I'm just going to kind of cheat here because I know how far down I need to go. But you just have to keep looking for page 312. Keep in mind that the image numbers up here, they do not match up with the page numbers, because the page numbers were created, in this case, 160 years ago or more, 170 years ago. But here's 312, right here on the left. It says 312, right? And so I'm going to scroll down here and see if this is it. Yeah, this is it. So I'm not going to read all of this to you, but if you look in the second line here, it says Amos Wilcoxon. I'm circling it on the right here, top right, and he's selling it to Arminta D. Wilcoxon on the left. And these are really important because I've seen it where they've sold to children or multiple children. When they use this phrase, I'll show you right here, in consideration of the love and affection which I have for said Araminta Wilcoxon, when they use that kind of phrasing, it's usually a family member. So that's a clue. So we want to save this because we know that this is some evidence of family members. So I'm going to go ahead and attach it to family tree on the right. You see how I did that? I'm going to select person and then click on Amos Wilcoxon. There he is. And let's see. Just a second, it's ghosting out for some reason. It could be that I've already saved this in the past. It's not letting me do that. I apologize for this. Let me try one other thing here. Now, last time I showed you how you could attach it to family tree. Another way you could do that, there's two ways of doing this. You could click on add to source box right here. Now, let me show you this little trick. Add to my source box here, and that will add it to the source box. So I'm going to save it there. This is just another way of saving it if it doesn't save directly. And like I said, it's probably because I've already saved it once before. So I'm going to go back to Amos's page here, his person page. And this is good to know that there's two ways of adding if it doesn't work the first time. I'm going to go to sources here and then add source. And I'm going to go from add from source box. That was the second way. And then it's usually at the top. Here it is right here. See where it says deed records? And I'm going to attach. So I'm just going to write in here land sell from Amos Wilcoxon to Araminta Wilcoxon. Okay, so that's the other way of adding it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go to Amos's page, and we're almost done here. And I'll show you where this that it does show up here. Here's the two deed records. Now this happens to be 1841. It is good to add a date in here. It didn't add it before, but I'm going to do it right now. 1841, just so that it sorts. And hit save right here at the bottom right. And here's another one right here, add. These are the ones that I just uploaded. And you'll see that it's the same records. So let's see, we'll click on the second one and see if that's the same record. It's either the index or this is the actual record. So anyway, that's exactly how you search using the catalog. It's really powerful, very powerful. So again, and keep in mind, at FamilySearch in the United States, most of the land records are not digitally indexed, and you need to find it using the catalog. And so, and next week we'll talk about how to, or not next week, but next time that you see a video here, we're going to talk about the research wiki and how to use that when you're kind of stuck on something. So anyway, that's what I wanted to show you about the catalog. If you have any questions, you can post it on this page here, or talk to the person who's moderating. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.